I am a princess.
And I am a prince.
Mum says I'm an angel sent down from the sky.
My daddy says I'm a special little soldier. No one is as handsome, strong as me. It's true he indulges my tendency to bulge, but I'm his little soldier, up 2 for 3.
My mummy says I'm a miracle. Well, look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day Doc chopped the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no peer for a miracle like me.
My daddy says I'm a special little soldier. No one is as bold or tough as me.
Has my daddy told ya? One day when I'm older, I can be a soldier and fight you on the face. One can hardly move for beauty and brilliance these days. It seems like there are millions of these, 1 in a million these days. Specialist is de rigueur, above average is average, go figure. Is there some modern miracle of calculus that's like famous miracles done by the when I'm miraculous?
My mummy says I'm a miracle. One look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day Doc chopped the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no peer for a miracle like me.
My mummy says I'm a precious Berylina. She has never seen a prettier Berylina. She says if I'm clean I have to cut down on the cream. But I'm a Berylina, so give me more cream!
Take another picture of our angel from this angle over here.
He's clearly more emotionally developed than his peers.
What a deal!
Oh, honey, look at Mummy.
Honey, I'm your brother.
Smile for Mummy, smile for Mother.
I think she blinked.
Have you seen the school report? He got a C on his report.
What?
We'll have to change the school, the teacher's clearly falling short.
She's just delightful.
Hilarious and insightful.
Might she be a little pregnant? Oh yes, she's definitely advanced.
Pictures of the Bible will take the time to look at this. Look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day Johnny the umbilical cord, it's been clear and clear for a miracle like me. Take another one who says I'm a miracle, but I'm as tiny and as shiny as a miracle. You can be all cynical, but it's such a big miracle. There's never been a miracle as me.
Look, Doctor, is this going to take much longer? I've got a plane to catch at 3. I'm competing in the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships in Paris.
You're getting on a plane, Mrs. Wormwood?
Of course I am. I always compete, Doctor. And this time, I have a secret weapon, Rudolfo. He's part Italian, you know. Very supple. And he has incredible upper body strength.
I think we should have a talk.
So, what is it? What's wrong with me?
Mrs. Wormwood, do you really have no idea?
Yes?
Mrs. Wormwood, I want you to think very carefully. What do you think might be the cause of this?
Am I? Look, am I fat?
Mrs. Wormwood, you're pregnant.
What?
You're going to have a baby.
But I've got a baby. I don't want another one. Isn't there something you can do?
You're 9 months pregnant.
Antibiotics or... Oh, my good Lord. What about the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championship?
A baby, Mrs. Wormwood. A child. The most precious gift the natural world has to offer has been handed to you. A brand new human being, a life, a person, a wonderful new person is about to come into your life to bring love and magic and happiness and wonder.
Oh, bloody hell!
Every life I bring into this world restores my faith in humankind.
Push, Mrs. Wormwood, push! I'll push you in a minute!
Newborn life, a canvas yet unpainted. There's still unbroken skin. There's uncorrupted mind. Every life is unbelievably unlikely. The chances of existence almost infinitely small. The most common thing in life is alive. And yet every single life, every new life is a miracle. A miracle.
Prissy, where's my son?
Mr. Wormwood, are you smoking a cigarette?
What? Oh, of course. I'm sorry, Doctor. What was I thinking? This calls for a proper smoke. Oh, my word. He's an ugly little thing.
Mr. Wormwood, this is one of the most beautiful children I've
Oh,
ever...
my good lord! Where's his thingy?
His what?
What do you mean his what? His thingy? His whatchamacallit? His doodah? What have you done with his thingy?
This child does not have a thingy.
What? A boy with no thingy? Look what you've done, you stupid woman. This boy's got no thingy.
This child is a girl. A beautiful, beautiful baby girl.
Is there still time for the biannual international amateur
Look,
sausage?
dance competition's finished. You missed it. Look, I don't suppose we could exchange it for a boy now, could we?
This is the worst day of my life. Ow, my undercarriage doesn't feel quite normal. My skin looks just revolting and there's foul fluorescent light. And this gown is nothing like the semi-formal, semi-Spanish gown I should be wearing in the semi-finals tonight. I should be dancing Tetela, Timamela, Telly, not dressed in hospital quarter with an algae, front bottom, and this horrible, smelly little horrible animal I have ever seen.
I can't find his Franken beans.
Life is unbelievably unlikely. The chances of existence almost infinitely. Something in life is alive. And yet every single life, every new life is a miracle. A miracle. A miracle.
Says I'm a miracle. Come look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day don't show me a miracle. If my deal is a deal for a miracle like me. My mommy says I'm a miracle.
My mommy says I'm a miracle. Tiny as a shiny miracle. Oh, miracle, I'm something a miracle and never gonna miracles.
My mummy says I'm a lousy little worm. My daddy says I'm a ball. My mummy says I'm a jumped up little jam. That kids like me should be against the law. My daddy says I should learn to shut my pie hole. No one likes a smart mouth girl like me. Mum says I'm a good case for population control. Dad says I should watch more TV.
Yes, sir. That's right, sir. 155 brand new luxury cars. What's this? Are they good runners? Well, let's put it this way. You wouldn't beat them in a race. Oh, yes, of course. Okay, so look, how much exactly are we talking about?
Harry!
Hang on.
Look at this. She's reading a book. That's not normal for a child. I think she might be an idiot.
Listen to this. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom.
Quit scaring your mother with that book, boy.
I'm a girl.
And she keeps telling me stories, Harry, stories. Who wants stories? I mean, it's not normal for a girl to be all thinking.
I'm gonna call you straight back. Would you please shut up? I'm trying to pull off the biggest business deal of my life, and I have to deal with this? It's all your fault, you know. You spend us into all this trouble and expect me to get us out of it. What am I, some flaming escapologist?
Escapologist, he says. What about me then? I've got a whole house to look after. Dinners don't microwave themselves, you know. If you're an escapologist, I must be an acrobat to balance that lot. The world's greatest acrobat. I am off to bleach my roots, and I shan't be talking to you the rest of the evening, you horrid little man.
But I'm gonna make us rich.
Rich? How rich?
Oh, very rich. Russian businessman, very, very stupid. Your genius husband's gonna sell him 155 knackered old bangers as brand new luxury cars.
But that's not fair. The cars will break down. What about the Russians?
Fair? Listen to the boy.
I'm a girl.
Look, fair gets you nowhere in life, you thick-headed twit brain. All I can say is thank the heavens that Michael here has inherited his old man's brains. Eh, son?
Michael!
Well, I shall take the money when you earn it, and I shall spend it. But I shan't enjoy it because of the despicable way in which you've spoken to me tonight.
It's all your fault, you know, with your stupid books and your stupid reading.
What? But I didn't do anything. That's not right.
Right? Right. I'll tell you something. You're off to school now in a few days' time, and you won't be getting right there. I know your headmistress, Agatha Trunchbull. Great big scary woman she is. Used to compete in the Olympics throwing the hammer. Imagine what she's gonna do to a squeaky little goblin like you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Then go off to bed, you little bookworm.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say the subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story. Like Romeo and Juliet, 'twas written in the stars before they even met. That love and fate and a touch of stupidity would rob them of the hope of living happily. The endings are often a little bit gory. I wonder why they didn't just change their story. We're told we have to do what we're told, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. Platinum blonde hair dye, extra strong, keep out of reach of children. Oil of violet hair tonic for men. Yup. In the slip of a bolt, there's a tiny revolt. The seed of a war in the creak of a floorboard. A storm can begin with a flap of a wing. The tiniest mite packs the mightiest sting. Every day starts with the tick of a clock. All escapes starts with the click of a lock. If you're stuck in your story and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout. 'Cause if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you actually mind as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
In business, son, a man's hair is his greatest asset. Good hair means a good brain. Now, the secret to my success in business is...
Secret!
Right, okay. The secret to my success in business is this. Oil of Violet's hair tonic for men. Stand back, son. Your old man's going to work. Oh, yeah. Oh, get in. Oh, just like that. Get in there. Yes, yes, just like that. Now, you see, son, a man in business simply cannot fail to get noticed when he looks like this.
Your hair! It's green!
Good Lord. Woman, have you started yet? It's not even 8:30. My hair's green?
What on earth did you do that for? Why do you want green hair?
I don't want green hair. I didn't do anything.
Maybe use some of Mummy's peroxide. By mistake.
That's exactly what you've done, you stupid man.
My hair. My lovely hair. Oh, my good Lord. I've got my deal with the Russians today. Whatever am I to do?
I know what you can do.
What is it? What can I do?
You could pretend you're an elf.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. I could pretend that I am oh my good Lord. Oh my good, your boy is a loony. The boy is totally a loony. He's gone. He's totally loony.
Mum, would you like to hear a story?
Don't be disgusting. Go on. Creep on back to that little library of yours. The sooner you're locked up in school, the better.
Matilda, what a pleasure to see you. Here in the library again, are we?
Yes. I mean, my mum wanted me to stay home with her. She hates it when I go out. She misses me so much. Dad, too. He loves having me around. But I think it's good for grown-ups to have their own space.
Your parents must be so proud to have a girl as clever as you. And do you tell them lots of stories like you do with me? Oh, I love your stories, Matilda. And that's not a hint, by the way. But if you did happen to have a story you wanted to tell me...
Goodbye, Mrs. Phelps. See you next week.
Goodbye, Miss Honey. And good luck with the Tolstoy. As I was saying, Matilda, if you did happen to have...
Who is that lady?
That lady? That was Miss Honey. She's going to be your teacher.
She's my...
Yes, your teacher. Now look, are you going to tell me the story or not?
Once upon a time... Once upon a time, the two greatest circus performers in the world, an escapologist who could escape from any lock that was ever invented, and an acrobat who was so skilled it seemed as if she could actually fly, fell in love and got married. They performed some of the most incredible feats together anyone has ever seen, and people would come from miles around. Kings, queens, celebrities, and astronauts. And not just to see their skill, but also to see their love for each other, which was so deep that it was said that cats would purr as they passed them, and dogs would weep with joy. They moved to a beautiful old house on the edge of town, and in the evenings they would walk and take the air. And each night the children of the town would wait in anticipation, hoping for a glimpse of the shiny white scarf the acrobat always wore. For then they knew they had only to cry, "Tricks! Tricks!" and the great performers would instantly oblige with the most spectacular show, just for them. But although they loved each other, although they were famous, and everyone loved them, they were sad.
We have everything.
We have everything the world has to offer, said the wife.
We have everything.
Do not have the one thing in the world time is on our side. Even time loves us.
Oh, Matilda.
But time is the one thing no one is master of. And as time passed, they grew quite old, and they still had no child. At night, they listened to the silence of their big empty house, and they would imagine how beautiful it would be if it was filled with the sounds of a child playing.
Matilda, this is very sad.
Do you want me to stop?
Don't you dare.
Their sadness overwhelmed them and drew them on to ever more dangerous streets, as their work became the only place they could escape the inescapable tragedy of their lives. And so it was they decided to perform the most dangerous feat that had ever been known to man. It is called, said the husband, announcing the event to the world's press, who had gathered to listen with bated breath. The burning woman, hurling through the air, with dynamite in her hair, over shocks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in the cage, and this is the most dangerous feat ever known to man. It is our destiny, said the wife, smiling sadly and slipping a hand into his. It is where the loneliness of life has led us.
Well, what happened next?
I don't know. Not yet, anyway.
What? But isn't there some more? I mean, just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Isn't there just a little bit more? Well, I suppose your mother will be waiting. Is she here? I'd love to meet her. Maybe I could...
Goodbye, Mrs. Phelps. I'll see you tomorrow.
After your first day at school.
My mommy says I'm a miracle. My daddy says I'm a special little guy. I am a princess.
And I am a prince.
Mum says I'm an angel. Mum says I'm an angel.
Mom says I'm an angel.
So you think you're able to survive this mess by being a prince or a princess? You will soon see there's no escaping tragedy. And even if you put in heaps of effort, you're just wasting energy. Cause your life as you know it is ancient history. I have suffered in this jail. I've been trapped inside this cage for ages. This living hell. But if I try I can't remember back before my life had ended, before my happy days were over, before I first heard the pealing of the bell. Like you I was curious, so innocent I asked 1,000 questions, but unless you want to suffer, listen up and I will teach you a thing or two. You listen here, my dear, you'll be punished so severely if you step out of line. If you cry, it will be double. You should stay out of trouble and remember to be extremely careful.
Why?
Why?
Why? You hear what he said?
Just you wait for phys ed. What's phys ed? Physical education.
It's Trunchbull's speciality.
My mother says I'm a miracle. My dog says I would be the teacher's pet. School is really fun, according to my mum.
see, you'll be pointing to the feet. If you step out of line, if you quietly double, you should stay out of trouble and remember to be extremely careful.
Why?
Why? You hear what he said?
Just you wait for his end. Just you wait for his end. B-C-D-E-F-G, entered in the elevator P-Q-R-S-T-U-V-W-X. Why? Just you wait for his end.
Good morning, children. My name is Miss Honey, and today is a very special day, your first day at school. Now, does anyone know their 2 times tables? Matilda, isn't it? Please stand and do as much as you can.
1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, 6 times 2 is 12, 7 times 2 is 14, 8 times 2 is 16, 9 times 2 is 18, 10 times 2 is 20, 11 times 2 is 22, 12 times 2 is 24,
My word,
13 times 2 is 26, 14 times 2 is 28, 50 times 2 is 30, 60 times 2...
Stop! Good heavens, how far can you go?
I don't know. Quite a long way, I think.
Do you think you could tell me what 2 times 28 is?
56.
Well, 50... Well, yes, that is very... Well, how about this? Now, this is much harder, so don't worry if you don't get it. But do you think you could tell me what 2 times 487 is? If you took your time...
974.
12 sevens?
84.
No.
Let's leave math for the time being and look at reading. Can anyone read this?
Ooh, I can. Pick me, miss.
Very well, Nigel.
F. Zero.
I think we better leave it there for today, Nigel. We won't want to burst a blood vessel on your first day, Lavender.
Is the first word tomato?
No, but tomato is a very good word.
Yes!
Matilda.
I can now read words.
So, Matilda, you can read words?
Yes. Well, I need to learn how to read words so that I could read sentences. Because basically a sentence is a big bunch of words. And if you can't read sentences, you've got no chance with books.
And have you read a whole book yourself, Matilda?
Oh yes, I love books. Last week I read quite a few.
A few? In a week? My, that is very good. What books did you read?
Nicholas Nickleby, Jane Eyre, Oliver Twist, Tessa the D'Urbervilles, Crime and Punishment, Kim, the Invisible Man, Cat in the Hat.
Knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. There's nothing to fear. You're being pathetic. It's just a door. You've seen one before. Just knock on the door. Look at you trying to hide, silly. Standing outside the principal's office like a little gal. It's just pathetic. Look at you hesitating, handshaking. You should be embarrassed. You're not a little gal. It's just pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. What are you waiting for? Just knock on the door. Perhaps our wait is probably having a meeting or something and won't want to be interrupted. If anything, caution in these situations. A sensible one should avoid confrontation where possible. I'll come back later then. But this little girl, this miracle. Knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic.
Enter. But don't just stand there like a wet tissue. Get on with it.
Oh, yes, Miss Trunchbull, in my class there is a little girl called Matilda Wormwood and...
Daughter of Mr. Harry Wormwood, who owns Wormwood Motors. Excellent man. Told me to watch out for the brat, though. Says she's a real wart.
Oh, no, headmistress, I don't think Matilda's that kind of child at all.
What is the school motto, Miss Hannay?
Bambi natum est magitum.
Bambi natum est magitum. Children are maggots. In fact, it must have been her who put that stink bomb on my desk this morning. I'll have her for that. Thank you for suggesting it.
But I didn't. Miss Trunchbull, Matilda Wormwood is a genius.
Nonsense. Haven't I just told you that she is a gangster?
But she knows her times tables.
So she's learnt a few tricks.
But she can read.
So can I.
I must tell you, headmistress, that in my opinion, this little girl should be placed in the top form with the older kids.
What? But she's a squib, a shrimp, an unhatched tadpole. We cannot just place her in with the older children. What kind of society would that be? What about rules, honey? Rules.
I believe that Matilda Wormwood is an exception to the rules.
An exception to the rules? In my school? Look at these trophies, see how my trophies gleam in the sunlight, see how they shine. What do you think it took to become English hammer-throwing champion? 1969. Do you think in that moment, when my big moment came, that I treated the rules with casual disdain? Well, like him. As I stepped up to the circuit, did I change my plan? What? As I talked of my poems, did I wave my hands? I did not. As I started my spin, did I look at the view? Did I drift off and dream for a minute or two? Do you think I faltered or amended my rotation? Do you think I altered my intended elevation? As the hammer took off, did I change my grunt? The grunt I had practiced for many a month. Not a jot, not a dot, did I stray from the plot? Not a detail of my frame was adjusted all forgotten. Not even when the hammer left my hands and sailed high up above the sands. Did I let myself go? Oh no, 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 no. No. If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to make the team, you don't need sympathy or self-esteem. You just need to keep your feet inside the line. Sing, children. 2, 3, 4. If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to achieve success, you don't use sympathy or tenderness. You have to force the little squid to toe the line. Sing, Jenny! 2, 3, 4.
If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time.
I apply just one simple rule to hammer throwing life and school. Life's a ball, so learn to throw it. Find the belly line and toe it. And always keep your feet inside the line. Now get out.
Well, it is my intention to help this little girl whether you like it or not.
Stupid, nasty, filthy, slimy, great big question asking, how dare they talk to me like that? Ooh, filthy, slimy Russians!
Oh, don't tell me we're not rich.
It's the mileage. They took one look at the mileage on the first car and told me that each one of them was knackered. I looked at them, I said, the reason the mileage was so high was a manufacturing mistake.
Is that true?
Of course it's not true.
So, you lied,
Of course I lied.
and they didn't believe you?
Of course they didn't believe me, I've got green hair! I've got hair! And what's this? Another flaming book? What's wrong with this Telly?
She's got no respect, that one. It's all books and stories.
No, it's a lovely book, honest. I'm sure if...
Lovely? Here's what I think of your lovely.
No, it's from the library. It's a library book.
You show the little
Get out of here, you little stinkworm.
Do we have any super glue?
In the drawer. Oh, and while you're at it, why don't you glue your stupid book to your stupid head? Oh my God. Oh my word.
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't add a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top of you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right.
I've got my eye on you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Matilda, can I ask you a question? Do all those brains in your head give you a headache? I mean, it's got to hurt all squished in there.
No, it's fine. I think they just fit.
Right, well, look, I'd better hang around just in case. If they start to squeeze out of your ears, you're going to need help. I'm Lavender, and I think it's probably for the best if we're best friends.
Hides me! Someone pulled a whole can of treacle onto Trunchbull's chair. She sat down, and when she got up, her knickers stayed stuck to the seat. Someone told her I did this, but I never, and now she's after me.
That's not fair. That's not fair at all.
You're done, kids. You're
Finished.
Once Agatha Trunchbull decides you're guilty, you're squished.
Yesterday, she caught Julius Wadswinkle eating a licorice candy during science. She just picked him up, swung him around, and threw him out of the
Window.
Don't listen to them. That didn't happen. They're just trying to scare us.
Oh, Matilda, they're saying she's going to put me in chokey.
What's chokey?
They say it's a cupboard in her office that she throws children into. They say she's lined it with nails and spikes and bits of broken glass.
There's a place you are sent if you haven't been good.
And it's made of spikes and wood.
And it isn't wide enough to sit.
And even if you could,
There are nails on the bottom.
so you wish you'd stood.
When the hinges creak and the door is closed, you cannot see squat.
not the end of your nose.
And when you scream, you don't know if the sound came out or if the scream in your head even reached your mouth.
All When did this happen?
About 20 minutes ago. Why? Oh no, she's coming.
You better hide. Quick, blazers!
Please don't tell her I am until the
Now!
You separating spleen. Where is the maggot known as Nigel?
He's over there, under this case, where he's been for the last hour, actually.
What? An hour?
Oh, yes. You see, unfortunately, Nigel suffers from the rare but chronic sleep disorder, narcolepsy. The condition is characterized by the sufferer experiencing bouts of chronic fatigue and falling suddenly asleep, often without knowing or any warning at all. You see, he fell asleep and we put him in the case safely, didn't we? Didn't we?
Yes. Narcolepsy.
He'll probably think he's in bed when he wakes up.
Oh, is it time for school yet, Mum? Oh, this isn't my bedroom at all. What am I doing here? Oh, hello, Miss Trunchbull.
About to trip!
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
What have I told you about wearing pigtails? I hate pigtails!
But my mummy likes them. She says they make me look pretty.
Oh, then your mummy is a twit! You, what is your name?
Matilda. Matilda Wormwood.
No, so you're Wormwood. I might have known. Well, Wormwood, you have just made a very big mistake.
Just so you all know, she's my best friend.
Wow.
Hello again. Of course, sir. Brand new stock. Yes, of course. Green hair. Well, yeah, of course. It was a National Green Hair Day, a celebration of all the wonderful green things in the world, like lettuce or snot. Tomorrow at 1. Of course, sir. Right then, doo-doo-doo-dah. Now that is how you do it. I'm gonna leave it on. Looks like rain.
Who is it? Oh, yes, hello. My name is Miss Honey, Matilda's teacher.
Bit busy right now.
It'll only take a moment.
Oh, well, come in if you must. This is Rudolfo. It's nothing like that. He's my dance partner of rehearsing.
Ciao.
Ah, parli italiano? Bene. Ciao, Rudolfo. Piacere, come stai?
What? Who is this? You know what interruptions do to my energy flow.
What do you want, Miss Chutney?
It's Miss Honey. Well, as you know, Matilda's in the bottom class, and children in the bottom class aren't really expected to read.
Then stop her reading then. Lord knows we've tried.
I'm in the zone, doll. I feel it in my hips. Don't waste this.
I'm not in favour of girls getting all clever pants, Miss Hussey. A girl should think about makeup and hair dye. Looks are more important than books. Now, look at you, and look at me. You chose books. I chose looks.
I beg your pardon.
Babes, I'm on fire, please. Oh.
But Matilda can calculate complicated figures on her head in an instant.
Calculate this.
Oh, fantastico!
But her mind is incredible. With a little bit of help from us.
Mind? Her mind? Oh, you really don't know anything, do you? Somewhere along the way, my dear, you've made an awful error. You oughtn't blame yourself now. Come along. You seem to think that people like people what are clever. It's very quaint, it's very sweet, but wrong. People don't like smarty pants what go round claiming that they know stuff we don't know. Now here's a tip. What you know matters less than the volume with which what you don't know is expressed. Content, has never been less important. So you have got to be louder. Girl, you gotta learn to stand up and stick out from the crowd. A little less flat, a lot more heel. A little less fat, a lot more feel. A little less brains, a lot more hair. A little less head, a lot more derriere. Woo! Oh yeah! That's right! Yeah! No one's gonna tell you what to shake your tush. Well, you got a light, don't hide it under a bushel. No one's gonna look if you don't stand out. No one's gonna listen if you don't shout. No one's gonna care if you don't care. So go and put some highlights in your hair, 'cause you gotta highlight what you got. Aim it up! What you got is not a lot, you gotta be loud. You gotta give yourself permission to shine. Stand up and be proud. A little less, a lot more sing. A little less, a lot more swing. A little less stressing like your mom. A little more ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba. I look nice. You don't. No one's gonna tell you when to wiggle your bum bum.
No one's gonna love you if you don't know the rumba.
Everybody loves a little something exotic.
But learning a language is over the top.
It doesn't really matter if you don't know much,
So long as you can do it with the volume up.
the less you have to sell. Harder you sell, the less you have to say. The louder you yell, the dumber the act, the bigger the confession. The less you have to show, the harder you dress. You gotta get up. You gotta get up and be loud. You're judging. Woo! Woo!
Come to you.
Ted!
Stop being pathetic, Jenny. Just get on your feet, Jenny. You are going to march in there and give them a piece of your mind. Leave it alone, Jenny. The more that you try, the more you just look like a fool. This is not your problem. You've not got the spine. You are a teacher, just go back to school. But this little girl, this miracle, she seems not to know that she's special at all. And what sort of teacher would I be if I let this little girl fall? I can see this little girl needs somebody strong to fight by her side. Instead, she's found me, pathetic little me, and another door closes, and Jenny's outside.
And so, the great day arrived. It was like the entire world had gathered to see the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over shocks and spiky objects caught by the man lost in the cage. Everything was arranged by the acrobat's sister, a frightening woman who used to be an Olympic class hammer thrower and should have nothing better than to scare the children of the town. People whispered that in her dark and brooding heart she resented her sister, both her success and her love. Suddenly, out came the escapologist, dressed as usual in his tights and spanky costume. But there was no sign of the acrobat, and no glimpse at all of his shiny white scarf. Instead of the musical fanfare, there was silence as he solemnly strode into the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over shocks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in the cage has been cancelled.
No! Yes, the audience gasped so loud that a passing airplane caught it on its instrumentation and reported it as an atmospheric phenomenon. Cancelled because my wife is pregnant.
Oh, Matilda.
Absolute silence. You could have had a fly back. Then suddenly, the audience jumped to its feet and roared in appreciation. The great feat was instantly forgotten, and the applause went on for nearly an hour.
So it has a happy ending?
Forgotten by everyone except, that is, the acrobat's sister. When all had quieted down, she stepped forward and produced a contract.
A contract?
A contract you have signed before this feat, and before this feat you shall.
No!
I have paid for the posters, the publicity, the catering, the toilet facilities. If I give the crowd their money back, where is my profit? A contract is a contract is a contract. My hands are tied. The burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over shocks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in the cage will be performed before this day or off to prison you both shall go.
No! No!
Well,
What happened next?
I don't know. I'll tell you tomorrow.
What? But I don't know if my nerves will make it until tomorrow.
Miss Phelps, are you crying? Maybe I shouldn't tell you anymore.
Oh no, Matilda. We must find out how it ends. And I'm not crying because I'm sad. It's just that they want that child so very much. It must be wonderful for a child to be so wanted.
Yes, wonderful. Goodbye, Miss Phelps.
Matilda, may I speak to you, please? I'm afraid I haven't been too successful in getting others to recognize your abilities. So, starting tomorrow, I shall bring in a selection of very clever books that'll challenge your mind. You may sit and read while I teach the others, and if you have any questions, well, I'll do my best to answer them. How does that sound? Matilda! Why, this just might be the biggest hug in the world. You're going to squeeze all the air out of me.
Matilda Wormwood! Matilda Wormwood, where is... Aha! So you admitted, do you?
Admit what, Mr. Trunchbull?
This clot, this sour carbuncle is none other than a disgusting criminal, a denizen of the underworld, a member of the mafia. This morning she sneaked like a serpent into the private kitchen and stole a slice of my chocolate cake from my tea tray.
No, I did not.
Miss Trunchbull, Matilda's been here all morning.
Standing up for the little spitball, are you? Well, this crime took place before school started. Therefore, she is guilty.
Okay, I stole the cake, and honestly, I was really, definitely, sort of almost thinking about owning up to it, maybe. But the thing is, I was having a lot of trouble with my belly. You see, the Trunchbull's cake was so good that I scoffed it down too quick, and now it was beginning to fight back. Oops. See?
Guilty, but I'm not guilty. I didn't do anything.
You are guilty because you are a crook. You are a thief. You are a fiend. And I shall crush you. I shall pound you. I shall consign you to the seventh circle of hell, child. You shall be destroyed.
It was the biggest burp I had ever done. The biggest burp I'd ever had. The biggest burp I'd ever had about. It was like the entire world went silent for that burp to exist. As a huge cloud of chocolatey gas wafted from my mouth, across the class, past Alice, past Lavender, past Matilda, and then my great big beautiful chocolatey burp, which now seemed to have a mind of its own, wafted full on into the face of the Trunchbull.
Bruce Bulltrotter!
Yes, miss?
You liked my cake, didn't you, Bruce?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull, and I'm very sorry.
No, as long as you enjoyed it, that's the main thing.
Is it?
Yes, Bulltrotter. It is.
Oh. Well, I did. Thank you.
Wonderful. Marvelous. That makes me so happy. It gives me a warm glow in my lower intestine. Oh, cook! What's the matter, Bulltrotter? Lost your appetite?
Well, yes, I'm full.
Oh, no, you are not full. I will tell you when you are full. And I say that criminals like you are not full until you've eaten the entire cake.
But...
No buts. You haven't got time for buts. Eat.
But I can't eat it all. Headmistress, he'll be sick.
He should have thought of that before he made a pact with Satan and decided to steal my chocolate cake. Eat.
He can't.
Eat.
He surely can't.
Eat.
A single slice, or even two, Bruce, might be nice. But even you, Bruce, have to admit, between you and it, there's not a lot of difference in size. He can't.
He can.
He can't. Sure he can't.
You are the man, Bruce.
He might explode. He's quite elastic. He's fantastic, look at him go! I think in effect, this must confirm what you expected. You have a word, Bruce, or maybe a largest. He's like the TARDIS, considerably roomier inside. He can't, Bruce! You are the man, Bruce! You'll never again be subject to abuse. For your arrest and abuse, should all the truth. With every swallow you are tightening the noose. We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it too. The time has come to put that tumbly tongue to use. No excuse, Bruce. Let out your belt, I think you'll want your trousers loose. Oh, something's in, Bruce, you're almost finished. Bruce, committed in whatever you do, just don't give in. You'll have to win. Come on, Bruce, be our hero. Help yourself in golden glory.
It's just too much.
Go on, Bruce. Do it.
Silence!
You'll never again be subject to abuse. We all are meant to lose. Should all the truth. Bruce, just one more bite and you'll completely come to goose. We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it.
I'm so sorry, headmistress. I got carried away.
Oh, that's all right, Jenny. We all get carried away sometimes. Even me. Well done, Bog Trotter. Good show. Well, come along now, Bog Trotter.
What? Where?
Oh, did I not mention? That was only the first part of your punishment. There's more. There's second part. And the second part is choking!
What? Headmistress, no, please, you can't.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull, please, you can! What do you think I would allow myself to be defeated by these maggots? Ugh, what do you think I am, Telly? An idiot? A weakling? A fool? You?
But he's eaten it all. He's done what you asked.
I ate the cake, I ate it all. No, please don't take me to choking. No! No! That's not right!
Hello. How are we all doing tonight? There it is. No. It's a very somber occasion tonight. Because I would like to offer an apology for some of the things that have been going on here tonight. They're not nice things and they're not right things, and I would like to state categorically that we do not want any children watching this to go home tonight and try these things out for themselves. I'm of course talking about reading books. It is not normal for kids to behave in this fashion. It stunts the brain, wears out the eyes, makes kids ugly, stinky, fatty, betty, sweaty, boring, gaseous, and crucially, it gives them all verrucous of the mind. Under no circumstances do we condone such activities, and we do so utterly without reservoir. Okay, look. can I just ask, all of you right here tonight, how many people in this audience have ever actually read a book? Hang on. Well, you, what's your name? Luann. Oh, okay. Luann. Well, don't take this too personal or nothing, but bookworm, stupid little bookworm, reading all the books like a cheeky little bookworm. You read books like a worm. Worms read. Oh, I know it. Books. You're a swarm. Ha! Now that will teach her. Luann won't stop reading, of course, but she will never put her hand up in an auditorium ever again. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you tonight the very pinnacle of our achievements as a species, and the only reason that we ever bothered evolving out of unicorns in the first place. Somewhere on a show I heard that a picture tells 1,000 words. So Telly, if you bothered to take a look, is the equivalent of like lots of books. All I know I learnt from Telly, this big beautiful box of facts. If you know a thing already, baby, you can switch your channel over, just like that. Endless joy and endless laughter, folks living happily ever after. All you need to make you wise is 23 minutes plus advertisements. Why would we waste our energy trying the pages 1, 2, 3 when we can sit comfortably on a lovely butt police watching people singing and talking and doing stuff? All I know I learnt from Telly. The bigger the Telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big Telly just how clever of a fella I am. Take it away, son. You can't learn that from a stupid book. Whoa! All I know I learnt from Telly what to think and what to buy. Now I was pretty smart already, but now I'm really, really smart, very, very smart. Endless content, endless channels, endless chats on endless panels. All you need to fill your muffin without having to really think or nothing. Why would we waste our energy trying to work out Ulysses? We can sit comfortably on a lovely butt police watching slightly famous people talking to really famous people. All I know I learnt from Telly. The bigger the Telly, the smarter of a man. You can tell from my big Telly just how clever of a fella I am. Who the Dickens is Charles Dickens? Mary Shelley, oh, cheese and smelly. Charlotte Bronte, do not want-y. Jane Austen, in the composting. James Joyce, oh, he doesn't sound nice. Ian McEwan, I feel like spewing. William Shakespeare, Schmilliam Shakespeare. Moby Dick. Hey, easy, Grandma. All together now. All I know, I learned from Telly. The bigger the Telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big Telly what a very clever fella I am. All right.
Hello, I'm Lavender, by the actually about me, but I play a big part in it. But I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to spoil it for you. All right, look. What I do is I volunteer to get the Trunchbull a jug of water. And then, no, I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to ruin it. Well, on my way back, I find a newt. A newt is like a really ugly lizard that lives in water. So I pick it up, and no, I will not say any more. I'm going to put the newt in the Trunchbull jug. It's going to be brilliant. Tall enough to reach the branches that I need to reach to climb the trees you get to climb when you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day on the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will watch cartoons until my eyes go square, and I won't care 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. All the heavy things you have to haul around with you when you're a grown-up. And when I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown-up. When I grow up, I will have treats every day, and I'll play with things that mums pretend that mums don't think are fun. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will spend all day just lying in the sun. And I won't burn 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown-up. When I grow
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change.
when I grow
Just because I find myself in this story, it doesn't mean that everything is written for me. If I think the ending is fixed already, I might as well be saying I think that it's okay. And that's not right.
Lovely to see you. Are you enjoying school?
Oh yes, bits of it anyway. Miss Phelps, where's the revenge section?
What? Well, we don't have a revenge section. Why? Is there a child who's behaving like a bully?
Oh no, not a child exactly.
Matilda, are you sure?
Do you want to the next part of my story?
Did you say story? Did you say? Matilda, what are we waiting for?
Slowly, very slowly, the acrobat wound her shiny white scarf around her husband's neck. For luck, my love, she said, kissing him with the gentlest of kisses. Smile, for we have done this 1,000 times. And suddenly, she hugged him with the biggest hug in the world, so hard that he felt she would hug all the air out of him. And so they prepared themselves for the most dangerous feat. The great escapologist had to escape from the cage, lean out, catch his wife with one hand, grab a fire extinguisher with the other, and put out the flames on his specially designed dress. Within 12 seconds, before they reached the dynamite and blew his wife's head off. Ah!
Sorry, go on.
The trick started well. The moment the specially designed dress was set alight, the acrobat swung into the air. The crowd held their breath as she hurled over the shocks and spiky objects. 1 second, 2 seconds, they watched as the flames crept up the dress. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, she began to reach her arm out towards the cage. 5 seconds, 6 seconds, suddenly the padlocks pinched open and the huge chains fell away. 7 seconds, 8 seconds, the escapologist reached out one huge muscled arm to catch his wife and the child. 9 seconds, 10 seconds, I can't look. 11 seconds. He grabs her hand and suddenly the flames are covered in flame, for they both can be blown to pieces.
Hooray! So the story does have a happy ending after all.
No.
No.
No. Maybe it was the thought of their child. Maybe it was the nerves. The escapologist used just a touch too much foam, and the hands became slippy, and she fell.
No! Was she okay? Did she survive?
She broke every bone in her body, except the ones at the ends of her little fingers. She did manage to live long enough to have their child, but the effort was too great. Love our girl, she said. Love our daughter with all your heart, for she's all we ever wanted.
Love our girl with everything. She is everything.
And then she died. And then things got worse.
What? Worse? Oh no, Matilda, not worse. They can't get worse.
I'm afraid they did, because the escapologist was so kind that he never for 1 second blamed the evil sister for what had happened. In fact, he asked her to move in and help look after his daughter. She was nothing but cruel to the little girl, making her wash and iron and cook and clean and beating her if she did a thing wrong. But always in secret, so that the escapologist never suspected a thing. And so, the little girl grew up with the meanest, cruelest, horriblest arms you could possibly imagine!
Let's call the police!
Miss Phelps, it's just a story.
What? Oh yes, of course. Matilda, you are so smart. Your parents must think they have won the lottery by having a child like you.
Oh yeah, they do. They're always saying that. They say, Matilda, you're like winning the lottery. Yeah, I better go.
I'm so clever, I'm so clever, I'm so very, 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 very clever. I'm so very flaming clever. What a very clever fella I am. Come here, you!
man I do that with.
Okay, everyone, gather around. I want my family to share of my triumphs, not you, boy.
I'm a girl.
155 old bangers on my hands, all polished up, but the mileage on each one telling the truth. That they were all knackered. How could I possibly make the mileage go back? I couldn't very well drive each one backwards now, could I?
Backwards!
When suddenly, I had the most genius idea in the whole world. I ran into my workshop, grabbed a drill, and, using this genius mind I got, I attached the drill to the speedometer of the first car, turned it on, and whacked it into reverse.
Backwards!
Yes, boy, backwards, backwards. Exactly. A drill's motor whirls backwards 1,000 times a second, and within a few minutes, I had reduced the mileage on that old rust bucket to practically nothing. I did it to every single car.
Backwards!
Stop talking now, darling. There's a good boy.
Look, 10 minutes later, the Russians show up. Great big, nasty-faced apes, expensive suits, dark glasses. Don't know who they thought they were.
Russians are nocturnal. I saw on a program last night.
That was badgers. The program was about badgers.
Same thing. And did it work? Oh, fantastico! Now I'll be able to afford Rudolfo all day long.
But you cheated them. That's not fair. They trusted you, and you cheated them.
What is the matter with you? What have we done to deserve a child like you?
You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to go down to that library and tell that old bag that you're never to be let in again.
No, please don't.
Oh, and if she does, I will have her fired. You will never read another stinking book as long as you live. I'll put an end to your stories, young man. Now get in there and stay in there, you nasty little creep.
At night, the escapologist's daughter cried herself to sleep, alone in her room. She never said a single word about the evil aunt's bullying, as she did not want to cause a fuss. And so, she suffered in silence. This only encouraged the woman to greater cruelties, until one day, she exploded! You are a useless, filthy, nasty little creep! And she beat her and threw her into a dank, dark, dusty cellar, locked the doors, and went out. But that day, the escapologist happened to come home early, and when he heard the sounds of his daughter's tears, he smashed the door open!
Don't cry, I am here, little girl. Please don't cry, dry your eyes, wipe away your tears, little girl. Forgive me, I didn't mean to desert you. Don't cry, little girl, nothing can hurt you. Nothing to fear. I'm here.
Have I been so wrapped up in my grief for my wife that I've forgotten the one thing that mattered to us most? I love you so much, my daughter, and I shall spend the rest of my life making it up to you. We shall be together forever. Don't cry, Daddy. I'm alright, Daddy. Please don't cry here. Let me wipe away your tears.
Forgive me.
Daddy.
hurt you.
I didn't want to upset you. Please, Daddy,
Don't cry, little girl.
I'll be all right with
Nothing
you by
can
my
hurt
side.
you.
I've
You've
nothing
nothing
to
to fear. I'm here.
When the little girl fell asleep, the escapologist's thoughts turned to the evil sister, and an almighty rage grew inside his great heart. This demon, this villain, this monster, she has sullied the memory of my wife. She's betrayed the trust of her own sister. She's shown cruelty to the most precious reality of my marriage. Bullying children is a game, is it? Let us see what this creature thinks she can do when the wrath of a grown man stands before her.
Thank you.
But that was the last little girl ever saw of her father. Because he never came home. Ever again.
Matilda, I've gotten those books we've spoken about, so if you would like.
What are you doing with those books, woman?
They're for Matilda.
No, they are not. Not on my watch. There's an age for reading, and there's an age for being a filthy little toad. These are toads. Aren't you, Bog Trotter?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull. Only Bog Trotter here is now a good toad. Sit. It's become clear to me that you have no idea what you are doing. You believe in kindness and fluffiness and books and stories. That is not teaching. To teach the child, you must first break the child. Quiet, you maggots!
But no one was speaking, Miss Trunchbull.
Miss Honey, please understand that when I say quiet, you maggots, you are entirely included in that statement. Where is my jug of water?
I'll get it, miss.
Stupid girl. Look at you. Flabby. Disgusting. Revolting. Revolting, I say. I think it's time we toughened you all up with a little fizz aid. This school of light has started reeking. Quiet maggots when I'm speaking! Reeking with the most disturbing scent. And the finest nostrils smell it, but I know it all too well. It is the odor of rebellion, and it's a bouquet of dissent. And you may bet your britches this headmistress finds this fabulodiferousness wholly olfactorily insulting. And so, to stop the stenches parade, I find a session of fizz aid, sorts that merely rank from our revolting. The smell of rebellion comes out in the sweats, and fizz aid will get you sweating. And it won't be long before I smell the pong of aiding and abetting. A bit of fizz aid will tell us who has a head full of rebellious thoughts. Hold, just like a rotten egg floats to the top of a bucket of water. The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of insubordination,
I can take it
the weight of resistance, the pound of dissent, the thunk of mutiny in action.
And I cannot right.
Our lead becomes too big and greedy. You really need to keep it in a bad position too. Before the worm starts to turn, you must scrape off the dirt and rip it from the mud. Of resistance, the stench of intent, the funk of prepubescent Brutus. The funk of defiance, the odor of coup, the warmth of anarchy in progress. Once we've exercised these demons, there shall be 2 popes for scheming. Some double-time discipline should stop the rot from setting in. All right, let's step it up. Debut time! 1, 2, 3, 4. Discipline, discipline for children who aren't listening. For midgets who are fidgeting and whispering and history. They're chattering and tittering, they're nattering and twittering. Is tempered with a smattering of discipline. We must begin insisting on rigidity and discipline. Persistently resisting this anarchistic missing leads minutes who are frittering, pantying and pitying. With little ones like this, they just need discipline. The simpering and whimpering and rambling and aspirating. The miscellaneous tissue is an issue we can fix. There is no mystery to mastering. The art of classroom missing is discipline. Discipline! The smell of rebellion. The scent of revolt. The ring of prepubescent protest. The whiff of resistance. The pong of dissent. The funk of moral fiber rotting. Imagine a world with no children. Close your eyes and just dream. Imagine, come on, try it. The peace and the quiet, a babbling stream. Now imagine a woods with a cottage. Ooh. And inside that cottage we find a dwarf called Zeke, a carnival freak who can fold paper hats with his mind. And he says, don't let them steal your horses. No, don't let them take them away. Ooh, oh, if you find your way through, they'll be waiting for you. Sing, nay, nay.
She's mad.
Aha! And then, just like I said, the sticky maggot rears his head. Even the squittiest, piteous mess can have a seed of stickiness. Have you ever seen anything more repellent? Have you ever smelled anything less than the smell of rebellion? The day of the insubordination, the wave of resistance, the power of resistance, and I will not stop till you are squashed, till this rebellion is squashed, till glorious sweaty discipline has washed this sickening stench away.
The newt. Can you see it? It's the newt. I have the newt. I'm going to put the newt in the Trunchbull.
Quiet!
I don't think this is teaching at all. This is just cruelty.
No, that is because you, Miss Honey, are pathetic. You are wet. You are weak. You are, in fact, a sniveling little newt. Newt! It's a...
Quiet, children, please.
You!
What? No, not me. I didn't.
Cockroach, you did this, you vile, malicious, little sinner!
Oh, stop.
What's that, Nugget? Stop, we're only just getting started.
His ears won't stop.
Oh, I've discovered, Miss Honey, the ears of small boys do not come off. They stretch. In fact, I can feel these ones stretching now.
You big, fat bully!
How dare you? You're not fit to be in the school. You ought to be in prison. In the deepest, dankest, darkest prison. I shall have you wheeled out, strapped to a trolley with the muzzle of your mouth. I shall crush you. I shall pound you. I shall dissect you, you madam. I shall strap you to a table, perform experiments on you. All of these disgusting little slugs shall suffer the most appalling indignities because of you. Yes, you!
Have you ever wondered, well I have, about how when I say red, for example, there's no way of knowing if red means the same thing in your head as red means in my head when someone says red, and how if we are travelling at almost the speed of light, and we're holding a light, that light would still travel away from us at the full speed of light, which seems right in a way, But I'm trying to say, I'm not sure, but I wonder if inside my head I'm not just a bit different from some of my friends. These answers that come into my mind unbidden, these stories delivered to me fully written. And when everyone shouts like they seem to like shouting, the noise in my head is incredibly loud, and I just wish they'd stop. My dad and my mum and the telly and the stories would stop for just once. And I'm sorry, but I'm not quite explaining it right. This noise becomes anger, and the anger is light, and this burning inside me would usually fade, but it isn't today. And the heat and the shouting, and my heart is pounding, and my eyes are burning, and suddenly everything is quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that still kind of quiet. Like the sound of a page being turned in a book, or a pause in our walk in the woods. Quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that nice kind of quiet. Like the sound when you lie upside down in your bed. Just the sound of your heart in your head. And do the people around me, their mouths still moving, the words they are forming cannot reach me anymore. And it is quiet, and I am warm, like I've said. Into the eye of the storm. Go on, tip, tip over, tip, tip over, tip, tip over, tip.
Miserable excuses for children. And you, madam, standing there like the squid of squids are its beating heart. But I tell you that I am a match for you, and there is nothing that I shall not do, no length to which I shall not go, no punishment I shall not inflict, no ear I shall not stretch back, no finger I shall not... What is it? What is it? Oh, get off me! Get off me! Get off me! It's heading north. I've got a noose in my knickers. I've got a noose in my knickers. I've got a noose in my knickers.
Well, that was interesting. Let's go home while we still can. Matilda.
Watch.
Matilda, I think it would be wise to go before.
Please. Watch. I moved with my eyes. Am I strange?
How do you fancy a nice cup of tea?
What do you think it is? This thing with my eyes.
I can't pretend that I know, Matilda, but I don't think we should be frightened of it. I think it has something to do with that incredible mind of yours.
So, you're saying there's not enough room in my head for all my brains? So, they just squish out to my eyes?
Well, not exactly, but yes, something like that. You certainly are a special girl, Matilda. I met your mother. She's unusual. What about your father? Is he proud to have a daughter as clever as you?
Oh yeah, very. He's very proud. He's very, 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 very proud. He's always saying that. In fact, he says, Matilda, I'm so very proud to have a daughter as... Miss Honey, That's not true. That's not what he says. He's not proud at all. He calls me a cheat, a liar, and a nasty little creep.
I see. Well, here we are. Home sweet home.
Are you poor?
Oh, yes. Yes, I am. Very.
They don't pay teachers very much.
Well, they don't actually, but I'm poorer than most because of other reasons. You see, I used to live with my aunt, and one day I was out walking and I came across this old shed. I fell completely in love with it. I ran to the farmer and begged him to let me move in. He thought I was mad, but he's agreed and I've lived here ever since.
But Miss Honey, you can't live in a shed.
I'm not strong like you, Matilda. You see, my father died when I was young. Magnus was his name. He was very kind, but when he was gone, my aunt became my legal guardian. She was mean and cruel, like you could hardly ever imagine. And when I got my job as a teacher, she presented me with a bill for looking after me all those years. She'd written everything down, every tea bag, every electricity bill, every tin of beans. She even made me sign a contract to pay her back every penny. She even produced a document that said my father had given her his entire house.
But did he really do that? Magnus, I mean. Did he really just give her his house?
I don't know, Matilda, but I find it hard to believe. Just like I cannot believe that he would have killed himself, which is what she said happened.
You think she did him in, don't you, Miss Honey?
I can't pretend that I know, Matilda, but years of being bullied by that woman has made me, well, pathetic. I was trapped.
And that's why you live here?
This roof keeps me dry when the rain falls. This door helps to keep the cold at bay. On this floor I can stand on my own 2 feet. On this chair I can write my lessons. On this pillow I can dream my nights away. And this table, as you can see, well, it's perfect for tea. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough.
But he has your father's house. She has everything that's yours.
On these walls I hang wonderful pictures. Through this window I can watch the seasons change. By this lamp I can read. And I am set free. And when it's cold outside, I feel no fear. Even in the winter storms, I am warmed by a small but stubborn fire. And there is nowhere I would rather be. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. For this is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. For this is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough.
Don't
And when it's cold and bleak, I feel no fear. Even in the winter storms, I am warmed by a small but stubborn fire. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough for me.
Miss Honey, is this your father's scarf?
Well, yes. My mother gave it to my father before she died. You see, she was...
An acrobat?
Well, yes. How did you... And my father, he was
An escapologist?
Matilda, how did you know that?
So they were your parents?
What? I don't understand.
The people in my story?
What story?
A story. I've been telling a story and I thought I was making it up, but it's real. It's your life. I've seen your life.
You've seen my life?
She did him in. Let's go to the police.
What? Matilda, no, we can't. We have no evidence.
But you could just tell them. Just tell them she did it.
That wouldn't work, Matilda. It would be my word against hers, and they would never believe that she'd be capable of murder.
But she was so cruel to you. She beat you. She shouted at you. She locked you up in tiny cupboards and threw you in cellars.
Stop, Matilda, please.
Miss Honey, your aunt's a murderer. She killed Magnus. Who is she?
A contract is a contract is a contract.
Miss Trunchbull!
You see, children, there are two types of human beings in this world. The winners and the losers. I am a winner. I play by the rules and I win. But if I play by the rules and I do not win, then something is wrong. Something is not working. And if something is wrong, you have to put it right, even if it screams. What are you looking at?
You.
This class is going to have a very special spelling test, and any child who gets one single answer wrong shall go to choking. You spell, spell newt.
Newt. N-E-W-T. Newt.
What?
Miss Honey told us she's a very good teacher.
Nonsense! Miss Honey is too soft and peachy to be good at anything. Any moron can see that. You, stand up, turn around, and spell the one thing that you all are. Revolting.
Revolting. R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. Revolting.
You're cheating.
She's not cheating. She's simply spelling the word.
These little specks of dust can't be this clever. They are worms.
I taught them. That's all, with love and patience and respect.
Yeah, how dare you bring those words into my classroom? You know nothing of teaching, and I shall prove it. You, filthbog, snot nose, spell amelecticognosis.
That's not a word. You've just made it up.
Spell okototoke, and I shall warn you it has silent letters.
A M C H E L L A.
Oh dear. Oh dearie, dear.
K.
I'm so sorry, it was a silent Z. You're going to Toki.
Cat. C-A-F. Cat. I got it wrong, miss. You have to put me in chokey too.
What?
Dog. D-Y-P. Dog. And me.
What's going on?
Table.
What is this? What is going
X-A-B-F-Y.
on?
And me. You can't put us all in
Stop
chokey.
this.
Banana.
Stop this.
X-Y-X-P-L-C.
What is this? Stop this! Stop this! turkey, miss. Come now, maggots. Did you think I haven't thought of that? I've been busy. A whole array of turkeys. One for each and every one of you. And now that our little spelling test is over, I can tell you that each and every one of you has failed. You see, children, there are two types of human beings in this world. The winners and the losers. And I am...
Look at the chalk!
Where?
It's moving!
It's moving. Look at the chalk. It's writing something.
What in the devil is this? Help! Help!
No one's doing anything.
Agatha. Agatha. This is madness.
It can't be. It can't be. Just give it.
Give my Jenny back her house.
It can't be.
Then leave.
It can't be madness.
Or I will get you.
Stop this.
Like you got me.
No! What is going on? No, it can't be. No.
Run! Never again will she get the best of me. Never again will she take away my freedom. And we won't forget the day we fought for the right to be a little bit naughty. Never again will it's too gay to slap. Never again will I be bullied. Never again will I doubt it with my monkey says I'm a miracle. Never again will we leave behind bars. Never again will we are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs, using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. And we'll have the Trunchbull revolting where revolting. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs, using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. And we'll have the Trunchbull revolting where revolting. Become a sweetheart! Take out your hockey stick and music as a gun! Never again will we leave now! Find out where the talk is gone!
I've got root pictures on the board!
It's got something we're revolting! We can SPL how we like it, but none of those are wrong is right. Everyone N-O-R-T-Y. It's a little bit naughty, so we have to stay inside the lines. If you disobey at the same time, there's nothing that the Trunchbull can do. We say that you didn't think you could push us too far. It's never gonna now be R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N. U-S-I-N-G, U-S-I-N-G. We'll be R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. If it's too late for you, we are revolting. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs, using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. If it's too late for you, we are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs, using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. If it's too late for you, we are revolting.
A few days later, the acrobat and escapologist's daughter received a letter from a solicitor. It read that her parents' will had mysteriously turned up and she was now the owner of the beautiful old house, which up until that moment had been owned by the evil aunt, one Agatha Trunchbull. She moved in immediately and she was very happy, happier than she had ever been in her entire life.
As for Miss Trunchbull, she was never seen again. All the turkeys were destroyed and a new headmistress took over.
And her name was Miss Honey, and it was often said that it was the all the land.
And do you know something else? Matilda was never again able to move things with her eyes. I thought perhaps it was because her mind was being challenged, but she said she no longer had a need for superpowers. But sometimes I would look at Matilda, this little girl who had done so much to help others, but was stuck with a family who was mean and cruel and called her names. And I would feel my blood boil, and I just wish I could do something.
So, this is the end. And I wish so much that I could tell you that the story has a happy ending. I wish so much that I could tell you that Matilda got the love that she deserved. But perhaps the truth is, not all stories have happy endings.
Don't you stand there gawping. We're going to Spain.
Spain, but why?
Because this idiot, this nit, this twit-brain seemed to think it was a good idea to sell 155 old bangers to the Russian mafia.
Oh, I was supposed to know they were the flaming Russian mafia now, was I? Come on, we're leaving forever, never coming back.
Let Matilda stay here with me.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Wormwood, I would love to look after Matilda. If she would like to stay with me, that is. I would look after her with love and patience and respect, and I'd pay for everything. Would you like that, Matilda?
You mean leave our daughter here with you?
What did you just call me?
They'll be here any minute.
Dad, you called me your daughter.
They're here, you idiot, I told you.
Quick, hide behind the box.
What if I damage my legs? My beautiful legs!
You're the Wormwood's daughter.
Yes,
Where is your father?
I don't know.
The Wormwood is a stupid man. And being stupid, he assumed that I was stupid too. And that is a very, very stupid and rude thing to do.
Yes, well, you see, my father is quite stupid and very, very rude.
You know this. At least there is one clever one in the family. What is your name, little girl?
Matilda.
I like you, Matilda. You seem smart. Sadly, in my line of work, I don't often get to meet smart people like you. Most of the people I deal with, their thinking is all backward.
Backwards!
И даже букравы своего мерцаца уца. Да! Приятно познакомиться с такой мной девушкой.
Спасибо. Мне тоже приятно познакомиться с вами.
Ты говоришь по-русски?
Не так хорошо, как бы мы хотелось. Это кровистый язык, поэтому я буду стараться изучать его и дальше.
Matilda, who taught you to speak Russian?
Well, I taught myself, I suppose. I was reading Dostoevsky, and I just thought it would be better to read in the language it was written in.
Mwah! Mwah! I am Sergei. It is truly an honor to meet you, Matilda Wormwood. Your father has been stupid and rude to both of us, yes? I can very easily have one of my friends teach him some manners. And one day, when he leaves hospital, he will still be stupid, but not so rude, I think. I give this to you as a gift. What do you say?
Mr. Sergei, this is a very tempting offer. But he is my father, and I'm his daughter. I think I've had enough of revenge.
This little girl, this miracle, Matilda.
Да? No!
Что ты делаешь?
Я думаю, вы сказали да.
Матилда! Я сказал Матилда!
Извините.
Что с вами сегодня? Matilda, your father is very, very stupid. But he is also very, 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 very lucky to have you as his daughter. Although, if I happen to be doing business here again, and I see him, he will not be so lucky.
Quick, let's get out of here before they change their minds.
Wait! What about the girl? Do you want to stay here with Miss Honey?
Yes, I do.
And you want to look after her?
I do.
Well, we are a bit short on room, so yes.
Thank you.
And Matilda ran into Miss Honey's arms.
And hugged her.
And she hugged her back.
And they hardly noticed as the wormwoods
And Rudolfo.
sped away into the distance.
Because they had found each other.
Yes, they had found each other.